Welcome to One Little Coder. In this video, we are going to learn how to scrape an HTML table from internet and then do some data analysis on it. So this is mostly to introduce you how to scrape an HTML table. So first of all, what is an HTML table? So on internet, any web page could have table, and that table could be in different forms. One, they can simply use the tag HTML. So in this case, if you inspect element, so you can see the tag table. So this is the HTML tag for table. But there are other instances where people can actually use div to define a table structure. But in this case, we are looking at only places where they have a table tag. So what we are trying to do in this video is that we are trying to find a page, in this case, which is the highest grossing films in the United States and Canada, and then we are going to scrape this particular table, which means we are going to programmatically extract this table as a data frame into our R session, and then we are going to make some visualization on top of it. So let us go ahead and see what we are going to do and how we are going to do. So first we're going to use the package called rvest. So rvest is a package, R package. This is a package that we are going to use for web scraping. This package is very similar to Beautiful Scoop or Scrapy on Python. So if you are familiar with those packages, so this package helps you extract the content from internet, let's say a web page, and then from that web page it helps you parse a particular set of nodes or selector and extract the content that is important for you. So you can see the example in this, but in this video we are going to focus only on HTML table, not anything else. So first let us make sure that this package is installed. So let us do a library rvest. Okay, this package is installed here. If this package is not there, so if you are installing tidyverse, this package becomes anyways part of it. So if you don't want to do any of those things and you want to install only rvest, you can use installer packages and you can install rvest. So that way this package is there. Next is you have to identify the URL from which you want to extract the table. So in this case, this is the URL from which we want to extract the table. So let us copy the URL and then go to our R code. So first we have loaded the package successfully. Next we have to define the URL from where content has to be extracted. Okay, so I'll just go to a new code instead of this. So I'll just give a library tidyverse execute, and then let's call it content read underscore HTML is to extract the content of the HTML on the URL name. So once we read it, you can see that it has successfully read. So if you want to see what is inside it, you can just print content and see what is inside it. So it's a bunch of HTML tags but without parsing. So now what we want is we are interested in the table. So in this page you can actually see there are 1, 2 and 3, 4, like a lot of tables are there. So we are in this particular case interested in this particular table. So let us go ahead and say, okay, we want tables. We'll call it tables content pipe. This pipe operator from Magata package also can be used in this case, and say HTML tables. When you do this thing, you might get an error saying that this table has inconsistent number of columns. Do you want to fill it? So this is to say that there are some instances where the column is not matching. So do you want to fill it with some null value? So let's say fill is equal to true, and then extract it. So now you can see that there is a tables object which is ideally list, and then you can see the length of tables. Sorry, I'm coming from the Python role, so I'm getting confused. Length of tables, you have got 173. That's 173. Okay, so what we are interested in is we are interested in the first element, the first table. So let us say first table, tables of, because it is a list, we are going to say tables of first. Now you can see that the first table is a data frame. So unlike this has a data frame symbol. So click the first table and see what is inside it. Okay, so we have got a decent table. But the problem is now everything in the table is a character, so let's do a glimpse of first table. Everything is a character because your first row is a character and title, so this is also, we don't need this. So what we need to do is we need to now remove this thing. So the simple way we can do it is first table equal to first table, remove the first element. Then so now we have removed the first element, and then you can see everything. But still, if you do glimpse, you are going to have everything as character. So in this case we have to parse those things that we want as number. Okay, so before doing that, we can also see that the column names are slightly bad. This, what do I mean by that? That you have to use curly brace and then you have to access the column name. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to use a package called janitor, and there is a beautiful function in janitor called clean names. So what we are going to do is first table okay, so if you don't know how to do this pipe, control shift M or command shift M on Mac, control shift M on Windows. Clean names. So now if you see, you can see that names have changed. So names of first table. So earlier the names look like this, now the names are lowercase with underscore, no need to use curly braces or whatever it is. So let's say, so we want to do this plot. This plot is ideally using the lifetime gross, and it is having the title and then the lifetime gross. So let us say that we want to do something similar to this thing. So which means these columns are still character. We want to parse it as numbers. So what we can do is we can start building our first data pipeline. First table mutate, and what we want the lifetime gross, we want the lifetime gross is equal to parse number lifetime gross. Okay, and I think at this point we have our values passed. So now we can say arrange descending order lifetime gross. Okay, now let's say we want only the top 20, head of 20, so let's say top 20. So you can see that there are top 20 films. We have got top 20 films with you can see that it is not formatted, there is no dollar symbol, there is no comma. So this is no character, proper character. So now we have the top 20 films. Let's get into ggplot to build a plot like this. Geom bar AES x is equal to the title, which is title, and y is equal to lifetime gross stat is equal to identity. And you execute this thing, this is the plot that you're getting. So now you have to change the orientation of the label, but instead of doing that, what we can do is we can use coordinate flip to flip the coordinate. But fortunately, in the latest ggplot, you don't have to really do coordinate flip. What you can actually do is you can inverse the coordinates. Instead of x, y, you can swap them. So now your y becomes the categorical variable and x becomes the continuous variable. So in this case, it automatically does it for you without coordinate flip. This is good, but the problem now is, again, this plot is not ordered. So what we can do is we can go back one step before, say mutate of title is equal to if fact reorder and title comma lifetime gross. Okay, done. So we have an ordered plot. Now this is all good. So let's try to add fill value. So which is fill is equal to, let's say, hash 1122 cool. Okay, it's a very gross red color, so let's say this is not very good. I think every color that I pick is very Okay, I think the first color was better. Let's say we can say white, gray. Gray is okay. Cool. So this is how our plot looks right now. I'll just put blue. I just cannot tolerate this color. Let's say blue. Okay, this is better. Our plot doesn't have a title or anything. Labs title is equal to top grossing top 20 grossing movies in US and Canada, and our source is caption, data source Wikipedia, and maybe we can even mention the page link if it is required, but if it's not required we can just leave it as it is. Well, the plot, your plot is ready. It looks nice. You can zoom in and see how it looks. So you have a nice beautiful plot. Now let's say instead of based on lifetime gross, you want it based on let's say the other column, which is initial gross, lifetime gross too, which is the adjusted one. So if you see the second one, the first one is unadjusted, the second one is adjusted. Let's say we want to do adjusted, we can still do it. We can say mutate lifetime gross, gross underscore 2. We just have to change here, and we just have to change it everywhere we have this thing. So we can copy this entire thing, then paste it, then change lifetime gross to just enter it. Nice, it's lifetime gross 2, and then you have different set of movies. So yeah, so that is it mostly. So in this video, the main thing that we try to learn is we try to learn how simple it is to read an HTML table using rvest. This function comes from rvest. How very simple it is to read an HTML table. So it is not just this table. Even if you want the second or third table, you can still go ahead and read. So just to see that whether we can read the third table. So let us try to say, okay, third table is equal to tables 3, and let's see what is that table. Okay, so this is somehow messed up. Yeah, this is somehow messed up because of because it has a lot of elements in here. So we have to fix a lot of things in this case. Let's read the second table in this case. Let's read the second table, and we'll call it second table. 100. Yeah, so we have all these things, right? So now our data is read, and now we can even see number of estimates per year. So what we can actually do is we can say, okay, second table is there, mutate. Okay, we want to clean up the column names, clean names. Okay, and after we clean the names, we want to say okay, we don't know what are the names, so first we'll do clean names and then we'll assign it back. Second table done. So we can see names of second table, and once that is done, so we can do second table and mutate adjusted gross. Okay, let's take adjusted gross. Adjusted gross equal to parse number of adjusted gross, and then we can group it by year, and then we can say summarize total adjusted gross is equal to sum of adjusted gross. Okay, and at this point we have this data for every year. So what we have to do is let us sort it by which year, which has more number of this thing, descending of total adjusted gross. So now we can see the top 10 years when your total cost was more. So we can make a ggplot plus geom line AES of x is equal to year, y is equal to adjusted gross. There is something wrong I have made. Okay, it's called total adjusted gross, sorry. Total adjusted gross and group equal to 1. So this is how the plot looks like in terms of the top grossing movies. So this is how the plot looks like. So again, the main thing in this video is that the main takeaway for you to do is that the HTML table, how easily you are able to read HTML table using HTML underscore table, and then how you can convert some raw table into some insight that you can get. So the things to note here is rvest package, how to extract an HTML table, and from that table how we are doing data pre-processing, and then finally we are finding out some insight. So I hope this video was helpful, and if you have any comments, please let me know. See you in the next video. Thank you for listening. See you.